So whatever happens here could potentially just roll over any kind of expectations that you have for the whole tournament or your whole run at all.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we've seen, like you said, this has been upset factor. Not Smash Factor 9, upset factor 9. So let's see. Welcome to Stadium. Let's bring it home because it's going to be an explosive match going in. Goblin takes no time to go into the offensive and already putting Chag in a bad spot here in the ledge. He knows the first one to strike strikes hard, and that's how we go. But look at this. This is where we're saying the pain train is arriving. Chag also putting additional a little bit of damage of his own. Ooh, but beautiful block and the dash attack. This is going to be a little bit of a punish. Trying to get a little bit hasty. The young lion is having a little bit of trouble now. Going now is your time in the ledge. See how it feels, baby.
Yeah, and even though Goblin was actually winning and winning hard against Chag, he's actually meeting a lot of the Chag interactions and a lot of the Chag damage output, you know? So even if you have the chance to get in and do a lot of damage, Palutena has their whole damage as well to contest you after all. But on the other hand, the raw power that Roy packs in at the knockback route of all their moves, all their options, it's just something that you need to be careful about.
Yeah, you have to be real careful. We just saw that hilt from the Sword of Seals is definitely really strong. And you're blazing. Ooh, going for the third. That will have been critical. But the double edge dance is gonna do it. We're gonna apply some tango. We're gonna dance some tap. But maybe Chag ain't that for that rhythm. But going now into defensive, taking charge of the ledge, trying to be a little bit tricky with his options. Doesn't get it. Upper after upper. Goblin makes the landing pretty hard. Now trying to get in, but ooh, beautiful grab from Chag. Can he get the backer? Can he get the conversion? He does. Ooh, Goblin just beautiful spacing with the dash. Going for the double edge dance again. Trying to take this for himself, but not yet fear. This is a back and forth, and I don't know who's gonna take it, but Chag needs to make a move now.
It's 90 against 122. It's a ledge trap situation. Chag goes for the down tilt, and sadly that doesn't meet any expectation at all. It's a 127, and finally putting Goblin against the rope. The down tilt's not gonna be barely enough, but sadly that's an edge trap situation. It's going for the explosive flame, but Goblin doesn't go upwards on Chag's explosion. Oh, that's gonna be a tech chase that it's really, really heavy on Chag's mentality. You can tell at this point that, well, it's gonna be a rough matchup if you don't take care of all your tech chases of where you're gonna head to.
And I was thinking, like, that's a question from Roy and Crumb, right? You know they're gonna put you in a bad spot, they're gonna leave you in roll situation, and then you know, they somehow know, they have a download, I don't know where they get that Wikipedia page, but they know where you're gonna roll and they're gonna hit you, so that punish always hurts the most because you kinda know inside yourself, oh yeah, they're gonna do that, of course, but ooh, watch out, beautiful counter from Chag over here, finally takes the first stock, 34%, still able to work, but
Very doable.
yeah, Chag needs to do, I mean, some wonders here. He needs to get a quick KO.
Juggle.
Yeah, finally, beautiful landing, but Goblin is not making it any easier to just get in.
Chag tries to get in and force himself in with the neutraler, trying to pressure the shield that was holding onto Goblin's life, but sadly, even though he does, and there's a lot of times where he actually pokes the shield, it somehow that it doesn't meet the whole interaction, the whole animation of the Nair, but that's another counter. That's gonna be Goblin getting back into the stage. Chag's ledge trap once again showcasing why it's one of the best, but even still, Goblin's speed, being able to contest and get inside the stage all the time along, it's just a little bit commanding.
A little bit? I think this is very commanding from Goblin. I mean, this Chag whipping the dash attack, using the mirror shield. Hey, you got something on your face. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Also, you got a fair F tilt, Valor. So that's gonna be it. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice F tilt. I mean, I have something on my face. Yeah, you have a sword in your face now. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the first game. 1-0 on the scoreboard in favor of the Moist player. I mean, I wonder if Charlie and everyone is watching the stream right now, cheering for the boys. But yeah, that was pretty commanding. I told you.
Goblin.
They went in.
Goblin
and they
looked
went hard.
clean.
They went in. They went hard. And
Yeah.
How was the cover, Kai? Okay, hit first, hit hard.
Hit first, here the harvest.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So as you were saying, even at the very beginning of the game, Goblin went in, gave no respect, gave no space to Chag, and that's something that it just conditioned Chag into believing that Goblin was gonna be on his face all the time along, and there were a lot of interactions where Chag just expected Goblin to contest him. He went for the dash attack, he went for the backer, but there was no one there to hit in the beginning and at all. So that's exactly where Goblin, instead of just rushing down on Chag, play the waiting game and can just reply to whatever Chag was trying to go for.
Yeah, but let's see. Going into Battlefield, trying to get a little bit of advantage with the platforms. You know how Palutenas, how Mario's, how a lot of multi-hitting airs characters take advantage of this stage with the staircase. But trying to go for the nair here, trying to keep it nice and clean. But I mean, this is not even game. Goblin trying to go directly to the neck for the blood, showing out his fangs. But now, I mean, that was a little bit of a risk, and you let Chag come back into the stage, so you might regret that. Trying to keep the backer, trying to hit something strong, but doesn't get it. Chag moving real well around Goblin.
The shield's running low, it's going fast, and Chag's currently on the lead. He's fighting back and fighting for his life. He's doing such a great movement at all the options that Goblin is trying to cover. Chag is one step ahead, and that's exactly where you need to put Goblin, not in a situation where you're trying to react to what he does, but in a position that you can condition him into doing what you want to do.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how much you try to condition Goblin here. The aggressive playstyle that characterizes him is sure showing, and again going for the tech read. He is ready for that. They sure are making work of Chag in this situation. While Chag was taking the reins of this horse, of this match, I mean, in the end, the one who gets the first KO is the one to command the lead. But now it's an even game. Same stocks, same percentage. Chag manages to cool things off a little bit. But the question is, how much will it take for Goblin to ignite again the fire of this aggressiveness?
And I'm actually quite dumbfounded the fact that Chag is not using the reticle as much. I've seen him that he usually uses like some kind of chip damage or crowd control where I'm gonna put a stop right here from you. If you're trying to rush me down, I'm just gonna use this and it's gonna stop you on your track, right? But I think that I can understand what the train of thought behind that. He doesn't use the reticle because Roy has the speed to be able to reply back to it, right?
He can rush it down easily.
Yes.
That can make the reticle whip. So the real careful how you use it. And watch out, we're gonna go for the upper. But it's a hard spot to win. Beautiful. Trying to position himself with a double-edged dance, but we're gonna have a barbecue today. We're gonna have a cooked princess. Cute. I mean, I don't know, it's a cook. Yeah, the goddess of flight. Yeah, we're gonna cook her. And we're gonna go with the second stack. And look at this. Even an disadvantage, Goblin is in control. Going for a full conversion over here from the up B. Trying to get back. Beautiful. Another one. We are still going hot Fear.
It's a 156, even though Chag got a very early lead against Goblin at the beginning of the game. Goblin just turning out the ties quite hard. Chag's trying to take his time to reconsider his options, but Goblin's just hitting him every single time. That's going to be a down to a backer, but sadly Weakness barely, and Goblin fighting back, putting Chag in an awkward situation. But once again, Forder is such a great get-off-me option that Palutena has to offer, but this is kill percent at this point, right?
You gotta get the KO, you gotta get the hit, and yeah, I mean, forward is all good and now, but you have to get that backer if you wanna get the stock, and I mean, Chag finally gets it, but look at this percentage. Goblin can already just run, and look at this, we're seeing a little bit of a scramble, throwing whatever, and trying to poke the shield, trying to make it small enough to the hit, put the hitbox inside of that Chag. Oh! And to go in with Yappy. There's some extra damage, and now Goblin in a beautiful position to just get one more sweet spot here with backer. And look at the race! How does he know? Goblin, did you, for some reason, by any chance, did you write Chag's biography? Did you write Chag's Smash Wiki page? I mean, he knows. He should just write, oh, defensive play. He's gonna roll here, and I'm gonna read it. He's gonna teleport into stage, I'm gonna read it. Goblin is on point with his chases.
The Smash Wiki has been updated. There's a new author, there's a new admin, and his name is Goblin.
Yep. Looking pretty moist today. Not a single day I rated pour in that face, my man. He is looking amazing. And I mean, with 2-0 in the scoreboard, how could you not?
There's a time. This is the time where things gotta change. This is the last chance that Chag may have to be able to get a second win. You know?
Yep.
We were talking about earlier how Chag is he's mixing his game plan quite a lot. There's times where he tries to get in. There's times where he tries to read in Goblin. There's a lot of times where he just wastes a patience game in which he looks for the entrance that Goblin may offer him, but none of them are actually working. I'm not entirely sure what may be going on because this is not the Chag that we are used to see.
The footsies fair is the footsies. Have you seen how much Goblin is spacing himself around Chag? Have you seen how much even Chag had to stop down for a second? Oh my god! That was just a hit! And also, Goblin has been barely scratched here.
Yep.
And the first stock's already gone. Chag's struggling so much.
That's a
because-
1% to. That's a 0 to that? Oh, a 1% to that, basically?
I could say that was almost a clean stock.
Yeah, almost a clean stock, right?
That's pretty nice if you ask me. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, just Goblin is on top of the spacing game. Look at that. Always,
Going in,
I mean-
always going raw.
yeah, I mean, and Chag, look at this, making sure that Chag disengages and Goblin is just standing there like, just like Palutena. I think we are seeing an evolution here. And how he's thinking, I'm an advantage. You have barely touched me. Come on. Come
Yeah.
on, baby. Just like Neo. Come on.
Goblin is playing out of his mind. He's playing with such intelligence, with such wits. I've seen him doing this before, and this is like the one single time that I have seen him go this far, that into conditioning someone that he just doesn't get in unless he doesn't. He has to, right?
Yeah.
And Palutena is finally fighting back, taking Goblin all the way to 58 to 73. It's a lesser situation, trying to edge guard. Goblin doesn't work out well, and even though Chag's down tilts are always on spot on the ledge, it's currently not working. Goblin is replying back to every single one of them perfectly, and that's gonna be a jab, that's gonna be a forwarder. Chag is taking all the way to 134%, 140. That's probably gonna be enough unless Chag has something else to say about this.
I mean, Chag sure has an essay, but I mean, he's not turning it in at all. Goblin is not accepting
Maybe updated.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, look at this, just another nair and that's it. Goblin has been building so much damage consistently over time that when the situation comes, he just gets the right hit and that's it for everything. Nothing too flashy, he just gets his perfect strings, he just gets a nice damage and gets out. And it's something we've seen with other players like Sonics, who just, I mean, they dedicate their whole playstyle to this. You have to approach me and I'm gonna approach you in my conditions at all. So, I mean, Goblin maybe took another
Get
this.
in. That's a heavy damage all the way to 31%. I feel like Goblin just wants to wrap this up. He's gonna take the chance for the down throw. He's gonna take the chance for the down there, and nothing is actually meeting the standards that Goblin started to go for. But at the same time, it's just still a lot of more damage every single time, every single interaction. That's just giving us the Goblin win at this point.
Yeah, this is a hard. Ooh, up B. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna be a 30-degree burn, and yeah, the hilt of the Sword of Sail is gonna do it. Another backer, and that's it for Chag's winners run. Another Queen 3-0, and I mean, we're talking about upset factor, but this is gonna be another W for Goblin, making the whole head-to-head go
Actually,
4-2.
I think that Chag was seated above Goblin.
Yeah, Chag
So
was.
this will technically count as an upset as well.
Yeah, this will be it. Oh dang, I didn't take note of the seating from each player. I just took it. I just took it from Waka, but that's on me. But yeah, I do believe that Chag was seated higher just because the results are speaking of themselves.
Result-wise, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I can tell you, this is a whole different new Goblin. This is a different Goblin I've seen. This was a real patient Goblin that was playing on his own terms, and they were just going in when they needed to. I just love that. That felt like a Mexican standoff. They're like, you're gonna pull. So, we're gonna pull first. Then we're waiting for the clock to think. So,
Like a Western coming of age film,
yeah,
like
look at them. Look, come on.
lucky.
They were just looking.
It was like, oh my god, there's a lot of cables here.
Oh shit.
Well,
Sheesh.
something like,
Oh, we don't have that.
yeah, we were just waiting for the camera, like,
yeah, we're always like,
yeah,
Come
like
with me.
you feel lucky, punk.
there's only one top player, space for one top player in this Mexico series.
And it's not gonna be you.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, that was exactly what we were talking about earlier before. The fact that Goblin didn't feel any kind of need to get in unless he had to. But at the same time, he was converging either I'm going in and then I'm going out.
Yep.
It's like a whole mix-up kind of thing where I'm gonna play here, I'm gonna stay here, and you're gonna try to get into me. But then when you're less expected, I'm gonna get all in, all raw. He's doing whole session that one.
Fear, if you allow me to say, I think this Roy made peace with their demons. Did you see Goblin machine at all?
No.